And so I'm back from outer space. Just show up here to... You should have changed that stupid lock. You should have made me leave the key. If you had known for just 1 second, I'd be back to bother you. Now I should go. I should leave the door. Should turn around now, because I'm not welcome anymore. That was my dumb idea for starting the episode, but then I forgot the lyrics. So that didn't make sense. Anyway, I'm back. Not from outer space, but from a group of islands, an archipelago, if you like, in the middle of the Baltic Sea called Åland. It's an autonomous part of Finland. Swedish speaking. It's actually very, very close to where I live. I can put up a map here. I live here. This is a part of Sweden. It's a province called Uppland. That's Stockholm down there. I am around there now, but I grew up around Roslagen, which is the coastal area here. And here's Åland. So it's very close, just 3 hours by boat. But it's technically going abroad, though it doesn't feel like that, because everyone speaks Swedish. And even going to Finland barely feels like going abroad. Going to the Nordic countries kind of doesn't count if you're a Nordic person. In any case, we are not really going to be talking about one single artist today. We're going to be talking about a series of artists, because something I found while on holiday, vacation to Åland, is this little book. Very cheap book. It's called, it's about Ålands Konstförening, so the Åland Artists Association, from 1953 to 1978. So this book is from the 70s. We're not going to be focusing on any kind of art, really, today. We're going to be focusing on the artists, because what you'll find in this book is photographs of all the members of the Art Association in Åland, and they are fantastically 70s. Some fantastic faces, some fantastic characters in this book. So I should also note for Åland is kind of, it's not a poor place. I mean, I think it's the richest province of Finland, but it's not a lot of people living there. So it's kind of country. It's kind of rural. By no means poor, so that's why maybe you have an art association, but it's very sort of small. It doesn't feel, it feels provincial. But there's some, so I'm gonna be just highlighting some of the incredible people here. And some people will have quotes, some won't. Let me look at one of the first. This guy. This is a great character. His name is Carl Erik Bergman. He was born in 1930 in Geta, and he works in oil. This is gonna be black and white photographs of paintings. I can show you his painting here. It's black and white, so it doesn't really necessarily tell you much, especially when it comes to like oil, because I would like to see how he uses colors, but as you can see, it's a nature photograph. But I'm going to show you his face, but first I want to read you his quote. It's in Swedish, so I'll do a translation. Am fisherman / author. I paint because I want to paint. I have no opinion about my art practice. Other people have opinions. And this is his face. It's such a fabulous sort of face character. He looks like He looks like Nick Offerman in the second season of Fargo. Absolutely fabulous man. Love him. We're gonna see someone else here. Well, this guy is just, he's just a drawing. He has a drawing of himself. His name is Torbjörn Ekerman in 53. But he has a nice little dog here. It's a carving of a dog. So that works kind of in black and white. I can see that's a nice sort of shape. This woman seems quite nice. Her name is Harriet Ian. Harriet Ian. A nice smile. She works with clay. She made this kind of sheep here, as you can see. Gonna look. Oh, here you have it. Wait, let me see. You have an old woman from 1907. Her name is Kertu Ekendal. And let's see, here's a painting. It's in oil. I'm a retiree, and my art practice is a hobby, and I enjoy it. I'm sorry, I couldn't. I'm sorry I couldn't get started earlier to get myself a technique, and that would help me better do the pictures and ideas that I have into my head. Every person has a need to express their inner being. One has music, another has the pen, and so on, even though they haven't had the opportunity to go to various schools. Why should it be forbidden to take a brush and some paint and just doodle? Each and one who has an enjoyment of it. It's in Swedish, so I'm doing translations at the same time, but I think that's lovely. You know, she grew up, she was born in 1907 in presumably kind of quite rural times then, especially. This was even before Åland had its independence. This would have been a time where Finland was still part of Russia, Grand Duchy of Russia. So, you know, very early on, presumably she didn't have the opportunity to go to big-time schools. But she says, you know, it's not forbidden from even me to just take up a brush and start painting. And the same goes with you. This is why I love this book, because it's just stories that you get from people. This is the guy I like, because this painting is a self-portrait in pastels. I do like, you can sort of get the sense of what he looked like with the sort of bowl haircut and this beard. Well, he has a fabulous name. His name is Guy Frisk. Guy Frisk. That's gonna be my. Anytime I need a pseudonym from now on, I'm gonna. Hello, my name is Guy Frisk. I'm going through one by one. This guy has a painting of some oil. It's hard. You can still get a sense of the painting, even though it's black and white. You get the seagulls up there, you get the water, cliffs. And his name is Charles Hemmingson. And he has a quote here, but it's mostly boring. I just like his face. He looks kind of proud. He looks like, yeah, I'm an artist. I'm not making fun of these people. I just enjoy. I just enjoy the characters. I enjoy the vibe of it all, and I love seeing, you know, this slice of life. This one is good. This is Edith Häggblom. She was born in 1918, and she's an icon painter. She has studied abroad at Novgorod and Leningrad, it says here, so that's St. Petersburg. She is Swedish, but obviously this is an influence when, you know, Åland, as I mentioned, was under Russian control. So she might have, you know, for that reason, she might be Orthodox. But it's just nice to see an icon painter. Here's one of her icons. And here's her face. Look at how friendly she seems. I love her. She seems like she would be great fun to just talk to. This is sort of a casual one. We're not going to get much into detail because there's not really much into detail to speak of. This is Bo Högnäs in 1919 in Mariehamn, which is the capital, the big city of Åland, which is small enough that you can go from one side of the city to the other side in 10 minutes. This is one of this guy's paintings. It's an oil painting, but his face is fabulous. He looks like he has some opinions about crayfish and about oysters. Like he knows the best seafood that you can ever have. This is something, this is more of a pretentious one. I'm gonna try to translate it. He's the same age as my father. His name is Patrik Jakobsson, and he is an abstract painter, as you can see, sort of trying to do abstract expressionism. So you know he's gonna be pretentious. Let's see if I can get his quote right here, and I have translated. In my art, I try to depict something of humanity's difficulties and despair in our emotional and bleak world. But the main job, where I get the bread, takes most of my time, and the light between the lust for creation has to wait and wait for its expression with the thought, maybe tomorrow. Art to me can also mean sometimes dream away in abstract shapes and colors and piece of wood and steel wire and window arches and maybe an old pair of children's shoes. I want to have the right to take an account for and work with all the things close to me, that are all the things that are close to us. This guy is just, this is a fun one. This is Kai Johansson from 1953 in Mariehamn. He studied in Gällesborgsskolan, which is in Stockholm. Actually, it is in Bohuslän, but it's also one in Stockholm. And the Konsthögskolan in Stockholm. But so a lot of these people have studied in Stockholm when they have some education. But I just find this interesting because he must have made the decision to just make me as small as possible, make my artwork as tiny as possible, and make me as tiny as possible. He must have made that demand, and I respect him for it, because that's exactly the sort of thing I would do. What better way to stand out than to make you as small as possible, to just make everyone have to look in closely to see you. This one is interesting. This is Stig-Olof Joikinen, so he has some Finnish blood, but he will say, I mean, he is from 1949. He may still be alive, but the odds of him watching this video is close to zero. So I feel comfortable saying that he has the ugliest painting in all of this. This is his painting. It's called Misery 2. It's an oil painting. It is miserable. It's an ugly-ass painting. Ugly-ass people. I hate it. So good job, Stig-Olof. And he doesn't look very happy himself. I like this guy, and this is Olof Kangas. See him in his studio here, with his beard and his long hair. Looks like he would listen to Vangelis. And here's his painting. Just, again, a bit of a touch. I like this woman. This is Barbro Nordlund Burney. She is in San Francisco. She was born in San Francisco, I think, but she is also from Åland. After finished studied, I took a big step out in the world to California, USA. I have lived there in 2 years, during 2 years. During this time, I have tried to put myself in a whole new system with different tradition. I have worked to sell Scandinavian and European design to a big company, Design Research, and I've held courses in weaving in an art school north of San Francisco. At home, I work with painting, drawing, and weaving. She looks nice. I would like to be her friend. And she is a weaver. Just again, like you get, she was born in 1950, so now she would be in her 70s, 76. And I wonder what she's doing now. If she's still in San Francisco, or if she is in San Francisco, she moved there in the 70s, so she probably got a cheap place that is now really expensive, so she's probably now a billionaire. She may have got in early with Apple. Who knows? But it's just, yeah, I just like having these kind of small little stories that you don't know much more about, but you can only guess. This guy, I can just show this. This is Henrik Nylund. We're gonna go through the whole book. This is Henrik Nylund, a nice little bearded man. I don't think there's a quote from him, no, but he works in oil, watercolors, and ink. But he just does a nice little painting of a drawing of an egg here. I like it. It's just an egg, and it looks to be in just pen, but it's got a nice bit of shading here. You see it sort of uses dots for paint for shading. So it's all dotted all over the place. You can sort of see it on camera. Obviously, I can't find any of these pictures online, so you just gonna have to rely on the book, which is nice for me because I don't have to do as much editing. And I love this woman. She was born in 1903 in Mariehamn. Her name is Etty Palme, and here she has in the Chamort. This is a sculpture of a girl's head, which is quite nice. It's sort of modern, early modern sort of style, kind of borrowing slightly from classical. It's that period where you get in the early modern era, you get a lot of neo-modernist styles that neoclassical styles that does it in a sort of modernist approach. Anyway, that's forget what I said. I just wanted you to look at her face. Look at how mischievous she looks. Like she definitely used to play the prank on you. And she put plastic foil all over the toilet. And now she's looking at you. Getting urine all over the place. This is. Let's look here. We're gonna skip. Oh, we can show you. There's a Richard Palmer, which sounds like an English name. But he thinks he's quirky. He has a plastic fish with him, which means that I hate him because he's trying to be quirky. Then he has a drawing here, which is not ugly, but I have predisposed to be negative towards him because of that plastic fish. This is also a lovely woman. This is Margareta Rosti, born in 1923. She has a oil painting here of some cows and a windmill. Those windmills are all over the place in Åland. And the cows are also all over the place in Åland. I said hello to a lot of cows last week. And here's her face. But I think she kind of looks mean. I get a vibe that she's trying to look pleasant and friendly, but I feel as if she has a mean streak to her. Runar Salminen, so someone also with some Finnish blood. He is a woodcarver. He's in 1912. I'm just going to read this quote. former small farmer, these days retired. Um, Due to sickliness, I have mostly transitioned to literary creation. But I want with my art and poetry to be a close to nature and to be a socialist depictor of life rather than a myth maker. I also consider that for every poet there is a desire to find some original magical language. In me, there is a hope that humanity shall reach a deeper insight about the ecological connections, so close to holistic balance as possible, and always struggle to find these. I don't know if that translation worked. You have a little bit more of a fanciful language, but here's one of his wood carvings. And just have a picture in your head what this man looks like. Someone who is interested in ecology and socialism and poetry. Yeah, obviously he wears a beret, glasses. He just needs a turtleneck too, but I guess this works well. He has a sweater vest on. But look at that guy. We're almost at the end of the book. I think I'll hop over some of them. I do like this one. This is Kurt Simons, who is a drawing. He actually paints with acrylics, which I like. But he has this small little face. He's from 1940, but I do like his painting. It's a cow. It's a very sort of cubist cow on just this very abstract landscape. I like that. I think that's a nice one. That's a nice painting. Yeah, and this guy is fabulous. This is Georg V. Stenros in 1908 from Mariehamn. And his picture of him with his painting. And he looks fabulous. He looks like a professor. And he has a proper sort of paint smock on to avoid sort of staining his colors. His paint staining his clothing. Godfred, I gotta talk for too long now. Starting to have motor mouth. Look at this. He looks so professional, so proper. This is how you should look like when you're doing painting. I don't look like that when I do painting. And he has a proper sort of white coat on. This is, I need to show you this guy. This is the coolest guy in this book. It's from 1954. And there's his quote. I'm going to try to translate. Art is a medium. It's a bridge between the artist and the viewer. A vision. An attempt by the artist to tell something about their surroundings and how he looks at things. Art is something that explains suffering, happiness, life, death. Art is the way to turn the incomprehensible into something comprehensible, to anchor your abstract intellect for each one of you in time and memorial. Art is power! Personally, I need my creating as a psychic safety valve. He has a painting here in oil called Art for Gods and Priests. That's his painting. But I want to show you him, the coolest guy in Åland. Look at him. He's wearing a leather jacket. He has a little mustache. He has those piercing blue eyes and his hair. So many of you would have made terrible decisions to get with him back then. Father would have been so mad at you for falling in love with Christer Sundbeck. I'll show you this guy because this is the exact opposite side of the spectrum. This is Bengt Sven Blad, 1922. This is one of his. I think that's watercolors. No, it's a pastel. Yeah, I can see it now. It's a pastel. You can see it on the sort of leaves here. And here's his face. The exact opposite of the last guy. Just math teacher. Well, not even math teacher. Like this is like, oh yeah, would be like an old time math teacher. And I do like, I can show you, here's another one. This is Tinne Söderlund. This is her painting. But she is born in 1909. And here's how she looks. So 1909, you notice the last one, that sort of the icon painters, it's still kind of dressing like she was in the early 1900s. This woman clearly takes the time to get with the current fashion. You can see her glasses are sort of thick, like in the 70s. She wears an amulet around her neck. She clearly has been involved with counterculture movements for a long time. And alongside the painting, I write poems. Both activities I need as purposeful hobbies. They give my life purpose. Not really an interesting quote, but you can just tell because how she dresses that she's been around for some time and she's with it. I think we're almost at the end here. I like this one. Let me see what I should end on. Well, that was that. There's only just a few ones left. I'll show you Lisbeth Törnberg from 1942. This is an a watercolors, aquarelle, as we would say in Swedish. Quite simple one. Hard to really tell what it looks like with color. But she is also very friendly. Look at her. Smiley, with the big 70s hair. Very friendly person. Show you Folke Wingqvist from 1914. And here's also him. He works in his studio, surrounded by books. Looks like a sort of proper old painter. Sitting there, fully dressed with his jacket. Just paint, just in the mood, in the spot. Painting, making art. Yeah, and this is actually, it's just one left. I can show you. This is self-portrait by Gunnar Åkerberg in oil. Looks slightly painted. A hand on face. This would be my self-portrait. And that's it. I took a long time just talking about this little book. I thought this would be a short video. But yeah, it's just lovely to see people like that in living their lives. Some with hopes and dreams of becoming something bigger, to become famous. Some just settling in, retired, former farmers, whatever it is. Just make art. Just do as that one woman said. That it's not forbidden. You can just pick up a brush and some paint and just start doodling. That's fine. Do that. Live your life. Do as the Ålanders. Bye. Boo.